Today we are stepping up our skills a little bit to be able to find the equation of a line using the equation y equals mx plus c. In order to be able to find the equation of a line using the gradient intercept form, we obviously need to know the gradient and we need to know the y-intercept, or we need to know a point that the line lies on so that we can substitute that into the equation y equals mx plus c to be able to find the y-intercept. So we'll start off with some examples of how to do this. Now, our first example, we want to know the equation of a straight line after we've been given a graph. Okay, so on our graph, we can see we have a straight line. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is that that graph has a negative gradient because it slopes from left to right downwards. Okay, so straight away, we see negative gradient. Okay, so we have to think, well, what's our rise over our run? So we can see that making a right angle triangle, which the axis actually does for us, which is quite nice, our rise is actually 4, or technically -4 because it's going 4 down, and our run is 2 across. So that becomes m is equal to -4 over 2, which of course is -2. So now we have our gradient. Straight off the graph, we can see that where our graph crosses the y-axis at -4. So immediately we know our y-intercept is -4 and therefore our c value is -4. So now we know our gradient, we know our y-intercept. We can write our equation in the form y equals mx plus c, which becomes y equals -2x, take away 4. Now, our next example is going to be a little bit more difficult, where we need to find the equation of a line given the gradient and a point that it passes through. So if we're told our line has a gradient of 1/3 and it passes through the point 9,2. Okay, so if we know we want it in the form y equals mx plus c, we know our m value and we're given a set of coordinates. So essentially that's an x value and a y value. So we know at the point 9,2, our equation would look like, instead of y, we're going to use 2, is equal to our gradient, which is 1/3, multiplied by our x value, which is 9, plus c, because we don't know our y-intercept. That's what we want to find. So just cleaning that up a little bit, we get 2 is equal to 3 plus c. And of course, using our algebra skills, we know that c is -1. Now that you've found c, you actually need to make sure that you answer the question. So you're asked to find the equation of the line. So you can say something like, therefore, y is equal to 1/3 of x, take away 1.